In Palm City, there are public services where you can take care of any type of business that you have. For example, in the center of town, we have City Hall and the courthouse. Other public services include banks, fire stations, police stations, libraries, a post office, and a large hospital. We also have many shops, including clothing stores and supermarkets. You can buy hammers and nails at the hardware store and go across the street and get something to eat at several fast food restaurants. You don't have to drive far to find gas stations, a pharmacy, shoe stores, and of course, a very large department store. Palm City is a great place to live. Here we have apartments, condominiums, houses, and even mobile homes.
My name is Magda Santos. I live in an apartment building on Pine Street between 2nd Street and 3rd Street. My address is 232 Pine Street, apartment 4G. My apartment is on the 4th floor. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my husband and my 2 daughters. My sister lives in the next building at 234 Pine Street. She's in apartment 3A. I like my apartment and my neighborhood. The elementary school is very near my building. It's across the street on the corner of Pine Street and 3rd Street. My daughters can walk to school. There's a small park next to the school. My daughters play there on Saturdays and Sundays. The grocery store is on the corner of Pine and 3rd Street. There's a coffee shop across the street from our apartment buildings. Sometimes my sister and I get a cup of coffee and sit and talk. My building doesn't have a laundry room, but that isn't a problem. There is a laundromat next to our apartment building. There are many restaurants in the neighborhood: Mexican, Italian, Chinese, and Indian. I like to try different kinds of food. There are 2 parking lots behind the apartment buildings. Each apartment gets only 1 space. My husband takes the bus to work. The bus stop is on the corner of Pine and 2nd Street, in front of the laundromat. Sometimes Pine Street is busy and noisy and there is a lot of traffic, but that's okay. Everything is convenient and the neighbors are friendly.
Hi, Anusha. Can you tell us a bit about where you live? What is your home like?
I live on a university campus in Fairbanks, Alaska. People call Fairbanks a city, but I think it's more like a town. I live in a small apartment on the 1st floor, and there are 3 other families in the building. There's 1 bedroom, a kitchen diner, a living room, and a bathroom. There's also a balcony, and I can see snow from there for most months of the year. And when I walk 3 minutes from my apartment, I can see the Alaskan mountains. They're really beautiful.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
There are mountains all around us in Fairbanks. Oh, and there are wild animals everywhere, too. These animals are just walking around the area.
Wow, there aren't any wild animals where I live. Do you see them when you take walks in your area? Is there a park where you can go for a walk?
There isn't a park next to my apartment, but there are some walking paths in the woods near me. There is a park downtown though, but it's so cold in the winter. In the winter, I usually stay home, spend time with my friends, and watch TV.
You sound like you really enjoy being at home.
I do. I love traveling and seeing new places, but I also like being at home. Home is comfortable.
Are there any things you miss about your home when you travel?
It's the simple things, like I miss relaxing with a favorite book on my couch and watching TV and having clean clothes because I can wash them in my washing machine. Also, when I'm at home, my friends can come and visit me. I cook for them, we chat in the kitchen, and have dinner together.
It sounds like you have a wonderful home in Fairbanks.
I do. I think I can easily adapt to new places, but sometimes I miss my home in Chennai. I miss my family and my friends there. It's the people that make a place home, right?
That's so true.
Dear Antonio, I'm writing to tell you that I'm staying with Marie in Palm City for one more week. I'm having a lot of fun. Marie is very nice and kind. We went to the mall last night. Today we walked in the park on her lunch break. This city is wonderful. The weather is warm most of the time. There are many parks, stores, and restaurants. There's good bus service. The bus goes around the city in an hour and stops near the shopping mall. The shopping mall has over 100 stores, and I go there every day. The parks are very beautiful. There are a lot of palm trees and cactus plants. I'll call you tomorrow. Raquel.
Welcome to A Day in the Life. Today, we look at the typical day of an astronaut in space. Drew Fuestel is an astronaut on the International Space Station. Drew and the other astronauts always get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Of course, in space, there is no morning, afternoon, or evening. So for the astronauts, that's 7 o'clock in the morning in London. Breakfast is at around 8, and then Drew starts work. The astronauts always take a break in the morning for exercise. In space, physical exercise is very important, so they run on the treadmill or use an exercise bike. Lunch is at 1, and then the astronauts finish work at about 7 in the evening. At dinner, they talk about the day and have some fun. After dinner, they have some free time. At night, Drew often takes photographs of space and the Earth out of the window. Astronauts also work on Saturday mornings, but then they have free time on Saturday afternoon and on Sunday. They read books or send emails to their families. There is also a guitar and a piano on the International Space Station, and Drew plays the guitar.
Happy New Year! In the Netherlands, New Year's Day is always on January 1st. It's very cold, so Dutch people stay home and clean their houses. They have a party and eat sweetbread and donuts. In the evening, they watch a funny TV show, and then there are fireworks. In Iran, New Year's Day is called Nowruz, and it's in March. The festival begins on the first day of spring and continues for almost 2 weeks. Nowruz is one of the most important holidays in Iran. Before the holiday, people clean their houses and buy new clothes. People put 7 special things, including apples, coins, garlic, and grass, on their tables. Iranians visit everyone in their families and eat special meals. Adults give presents, such as money or gold, to children. The Chinese New Year celebration is in January or February. The date is different every year. It's a big festival that lasts for 15 days. People don't go to work. They clean their houses and decorate doors for good luck. People give presents and money in red envelopes. They eat big dinners with their families. At night, they watch fireworks. In the Philippines, the New Year starts on January 1st. People begin to celebrate the night before. They decorate the table with round foods, such as apples and grapes. People also wear clothes with polka dots. They think that round things, like fruit, polka dots, and coins, bring good luck for the new year. It is a fun and noisy holiday with fireworks at midnight.
Hey, Mai, what are you reading?
Oh, hi Hassan. I'm reading an article about these scientists who are preparing for life on Mars. It's really interesting.
Oh, yeah. I heard that they hope to send the first people to Mars in 2024. How are they preparing for it?
The scientists are trying to build Mars homes, and they're testing the homes in different parts of the world, like the Austrian ice caves, the Omani deserts, and a volcano in Hawaii.
Why are they testing the homes in those places?
I think it's because those places are difficult to live in. Really cold, very dry.
Like Mars?
Yes, exactly.
So, are they practicing for life on Mars?
Yes. The scientists want to find out what they really need in a home on Mars so that people can live there one day.
What do the Mars homes look like? Are they like our houses?
Look, there are some pictures of the designs in the article. The Mars homes all have bedrooms and living rooms, but the rooms are small, with a lot of small windows. The article says it's because people on Mars can't take long walks outside, so they need to get sunlight indoors. Look at this picture, Hassan.
There's a gym. I don't have a gym in my house.
Yeah, it's because people on Mars can't exercise outside. There's also a room with a machine to recycle the water from the bathroom.
Ah, of course, because there's no water on Mars.
Yeah, so they can use the recycled water to take showers and for growing vegetables.
Growing vegetables? Do the Mars homes have gardens?
No, you can't grow vegetables outdoors on Mars. So scientists are learning how to grow vegetables inside the home. And they're developing new types of food, too. There aren't any animals on Mars, you know.
A safe journey home.
When you think of home, you probably think first of the house or apartment you live in, the place where you sleep and eat. But home is also your town or city, the street you live on, the stores you buy things from, and the restaurants you go to. It's similar for animals. Home isn't just where they sleep. It's also often a large area where they can find food, water, and a safe place to start a family. Human highways often pass through an animal's home area. Of course, wide roads make it easy for people to move around, but busy roads can stop animals from getting to the food or water they need on the other side. Sadly, traffic also kills many animals when they try to cross the road. How can we help animals move around their homes safely? One way is to build highways for animals to use too. This animal bridge in Banff, Canada, helps bears and wolves safely cross the Trans-Canada Highway, and it connects the different parts of their home. In Banff, there are 6 bridges for animals to go over the road and 38 tunnels for animals to go under the road. These bridges and tunnels have reduced animal road accidents by 80%. Animal bridges aren't a new idea. There were some in Europe in the 1950s, but now there are hundreds of these bridges all over the world. Thanks to these animal highways, animals can feel more at home in their environment, and humans and animals can live together in the country they share.
Kyung and An both work. They have to make a budget, so they don't spend too much money every week. It's important that they keep track of everything they spend. Kyung works for a company in Florida. He makes $3,000 a month. That is enough money for some things, but not for everything his family needs. Kyung and An look over their bills for the past year. They make a budget based on the amount they spent each month last year. They decide that they will spend $50 on gas and $32 on water. One of their big expenses is food. They shop every week, and since their children are older, they have a lot to buy. They budgeted $1,100 a month on food. They both drive a long distance to work, so they need money for gasoline, and gasoline prices are going up. They budgeted $150 for gas. They speak to friends in Korea every month, so they also have to budget a lot for the phone bill. They decide on $250 a month for the phone. Kyung and his wife believe they should have a special night every week to go out to a restaurant or a show. They also want to go out as a family occasionally. Kyung says they probably should budget a lot for entertainment, maybe $300 a month. Then they need to plan for things they need to repair around their apartment. Most of the time, the landlord will pay for repairs, so they only budget $100 a month for household repairs.
The best job in the world. What is a good job? Is it a job with a good salary? Not always. For some people, their salary is good, but their job is boring. And for other people, their salary isn't good, but the job is easy. And some people are happy because their jobs are interesting. Let's meet some people with great jobs. Maritza Morales Casanova is Mexican, and she's from Merida. She's a teacher, but there are no tables or chairs in her classroom because it's a park. The children learn about nature in the park. She says, "Empower children with information, and they will change the world." Jeff Kirby is a National Geographic photographer. Animals are difficult to photograph, so the job isn't easy. Sometimes the job is very difficult, but when you have a bad day, you look at the beautiful views, and Jeff says, life isn't so bad. In fact, it's really interesting. Ross Donahue and Marty Schnur are map makers. For their job, they travel and they make digital maps of different parts of the world. One of their favorite places is Patagonia, in Argentina. Ross says, "I love Patagonia because no 2 days are the same. Every day is different."
No boring jobs. A good job is not always easy. Many people are happy with a job that is difficult but interesting. Read about 3 people like this. Lara Sitrakian is a journalist. She is from the United States, but travels to different parts of the world for her job. Sometimes she is in places that are dangerous. Her job is difficult because she travels a lot. Her job is interesting because she meets many people from around the world. She talks with them about their lives, sometimes in their own language. She speaks 5 languages. They are English, Arabic, Armenian, French, and Spanish. Misty Copeland is a dancer from the United States. She is a principal dancer with the American Ballet Theater in New York City. Principal dancers are the best dancers, male or female, in the company. Principal dancers earn a good salary. It is a difficult job. Misty practices for long hours and performs in many shows. She also travels to perform in other cities in the U.S. and other countries. Jose Andres is a chef. He is from Spain, but lives in the United States. He cooks Spanish food in good restaurants. He is also a volunteer. His organization is World Central Kitchen. He works with other chefs to give food to people in need all around the world. Sometimes they help when there is a natural disaster, like in Puerto Rico and Haiti. In other countries, like Nicaragua and Cambodia, World Central Kitchen trains people to be chefs.
When your hobby is also your job. Every day we eat, sleep, and work. But most people also want more free time for their hobbies and interests. Maybe they want to play more sports, learn a musical instrument, or even write a book, but they don't have the time. It's a problem for many, but the answer is simple when your hobby is also your job. Layla Kazim is a good example of how to have a passion and make money from it. Layla loves travel, photography, and food, so she writes a blog. I spend most of my time either eating, traveling, or creating content about the two, she says. Layla's blog has more than 100,000 followers, and because the blog is so popular, she also works with food companies and restaurants. Michael Gazela is another person with a hobby that's also his job. He loves running in his free time, and he also loves showing people his home city of New York. So his company, City Running Tours, gives tours of cities to people who also like running. Every day we get to run with wonderful people from all over the world, he says. Michael's company now has running tours in 14 different cities in the U.S. and Canada. Layla and Michael both love their job because it's also their hobby. So, do you have a hobby or a passion? How can you make it your job?
So, Carolina, you said that you have two family names, Chong and Montenegro. Where are those names from?
Chong is a Chinese name. It comes from my father. He's Chinese. And Montenegro is from my mother, who is Ecuadorian.
And what do you do, Carolina?
I'm a marine biologist.
A biologist?
Yes, biologists studying living things. Plants, animals, and so on. I study fish. I'm interested in fishing and fish farming, how people use fish for food.
Where do you work?
Right now, I am at the University of Queensland.
Where's the University of Queensland?
It's in Australia.
Oh, is your university in Sydney?
No, it's in Brisbane. Sydney isn't in Queensland.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And you aren't from Australia, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm from Ecuador.
Okay, that's interesting. Where in Ecuador are you from? What's your hometown called?
My hometown is Guayaquil.
How is that spelled?
Guayaquil? It's Guayaquil.
The capital of Ecuador is Quito, right?
Yes, it is. It's a big city.
And at the University of Queensland, are you a teacher?
No, I'm not. I am a student. I'm studying for a PhD.
Wow, that's interesting.
I like it a lot.
Workers and jobs around the world.
International Workers' Day is a holiday in many countries around the world. It celebrates working people and their jobs. People in some places plan parties or other events. Others have a day off work. The holiday is usually on May 1st, but some countries celebrate workers in September or at another time. What jobs do people do? 49% work in service jobs. These include doctors, nurses, teachers, sales clerks, office workers, actors, cooks, waiters, lawyers, pilots, police officers, and people in the tourism industry. 28% work in farming. Farmers grow plants and raise animals for food. The top 5 food-growing countries are China, India, the USA, Indonesia, and Brazil. 23% work for companies that make things like cars, computers, clothing, roads, and buildings. This also includes companies that provide gas, electricity, and water. Companies such as Toyota and Apple make products that people know around the world. Did you know? Workers in China make 80% of the world's air conditioners, 70% of the world's cell phones, and 60% of the world's shoes. There are 4.5 million sales clerks in the USA. That's more than any other job. About 130,000 people in Brazil work in the automobile industry. About half of the world's people don't work. Here's why. They are students, take care of their family, are too young or too old, can't work for health reasons, don't have a job but want to find one.
Students, please listen carefully to the steps to writing a well-formatted letter. If you write letters that have good organization, the people you're writing to will understand better what you want to say. Always start with the date. For our purposes, we'll suggest you put the date on the left-hand side of the page near the top. Follow the date with your salutation. The salutation is a way to address the person you are writing to. You can use dear if it is a good friend, family member, or acquaintance. Next, in the first paragraph, state briefly why you're writing. We call this the purpose. You might say, for example, I am writing because, and then give the reason. The fourth thing you want to do is write a paragraph or more about all the things you want to say. We call this the body. The body can be followed by a closing sentence. This can be very short. For example, you might say, I hope to see you soon. Or you could say, I will talk to you later. The sixth thing you should do is to give a closing. You can use love or sincerely, for example. Then add your name and you're done. Any questions?